Saturday night, and we're ready to hear from you. Welcome to Lip Service. I'm Carlos Frias. Okay, so here's what lip service is not. This is no open mic night. It's no meandering poetry slam. This is where theater meets literature. It's South Florida storytellers bringing you carefully crafted tales about life in this glittering swampland. Oh, and the stories? Yeah, they're all true. And tonight, with our partners at Books and Books, we're telling them here at the Actors Playhouse on Miracle Mile in Coral Gables, Florida. So sit back and enjoy. We'll make you laugh, we'll break your heart, and who knows, maybe we'll inspire you to come out and tell your story live on stage.
My name's Terrence Cantarella, and I can't really tell you where I'm from because I don't even know myself, but I live in Miami. I've been in Miami for 8 years, so Miami's home now. Driving a FedEx truck around the streets of Miami is hectic, dangerous, stressful, all of the above. But it's good for a writer because by the time you get home, you're spent and you just want to sit down and write and be done with it. So, and great benefits. And you meet a lot of people, hear a lot of stories. I guess the most interesting stories come from the residential neighborhoods when you go to people's homes and you see inside and you see their family life and you see them again and again and you sort of become friends with them, and those are the people who really give you the best stories. It's not just the one-time meeting, it's the people that you connect with, and you just get to know them, and through them you get to know the neighborhood and you get to know Miami. So it's a really good insight into a city. In Miami, sex is always just around the corner. Those are the words of my Cuban friend, Jose. Not too long ago, I found sex in Hialeah, literally on a corner. Rosa was an older woman, probably in her 50s. She sold cold bottles of water at a busy intersection in a part of Miami that never makes it into travel brochures. She was a beauty once. You could see that in the way she carried herself, like a woman who was used to being looked at. But Rosa had lived a hard life. That was obvious too. The sun had done its work on her skin. Her long hair was going gray. Her body had rebelled a long time ago. She still made an effort. Rosa painted her tired eyes dark blue. She wore dangly earrings and white stretchy pants. She reapplied bright red lipstick throughout the day. When she smiled at me, I could see the red smear across her teeth. Every workday for 6 months, I pulled up to Rosa's intersection in my FedEx delivery truck. I was always sweaty and in a rush. She would hurry over, slide open the door, place a cold bottle of water in my lap, and flash her red teeth at me. "No money, gratis," she said. She only knew a handful of words in English. My Spanish wasn't much better. But Rosa stood by my door until the light turned green, smiling and chatting and calling me names like mi cielo, mi vida, and mi amor. She said she got hungry working at the intersection and mentioned she loved McDonald's apple pies. But she couldn't leave her spot because someone might steal the water bottles from her coolers. She kept me hydrated for free. I fed her pies. Rosa told me about a man named Pablo who controlled the neighborhood. Pablo kept a close eye on Rosa and took part of her earnings. When I asked her questions about Pablo, she squinted and backed away from my truck. "¿Tú trabajas para Pablo?" I assured her no, I was not on Pablo's payroll, but for the next few days she seemed uneasy. Pablo, she said, es muy malo. I asked nearby business owners about Pablo, but no one had heard of him. I asked about Rosa too. Everyone said she was crazy. A young woman approached my truck at Rosa's corner one day and asked about the nearest FedEx station. I wrote the address on a slip of paper and handed it to her. Rosa was watching from the sidewalk. Later, when I stopped at the intersection again, Rosa demanded to know why I had given my phone number to that puta. At that moment, I realized Rosa was odd, but our interactions never lasted more than the length of one red light, so it was difficult to pinpoint the exact nature of her quirkiness. One day, she put her hand on my knee and asked, "Papito." "¿Cuándo vamos a hacer?" Then she said a word that I didn't understand. "I'm sorry," I said, "no entiendo." She thrust out a hip, made a fist, and pumped it sideways in the air. She said, "Ju, me, chaka chaka." I froze. Chaka chaka didn't need translating. Pero I summoned the best excuse I could manage in Spanish. Tengo un amor a la casa. I have a love at home. But you are young, she said. You should have many women, not just one. I fumbled for a response. Rosa patted my hand and said we could talk about it tomorrow. The next day, Rosa pretended not to see me and my giant FedEx truck. She ignored me for the rest of the week, too. Finally, she came to me with a question. Papito, you are gay? No, I said. She pointed at my crutch. You have problem? No problem. Entonces, she pumped her fist. Why no? I'd had a week to think about how to let her down gently. Because of Pablo, I told her. Rosa's eyes opened wide. ¿Te dijo algo? No, I said. He didn't say anything to me, but he's dangerous. I don't want trouble. She nodded. Pablo es loco. Then the light turned green. The next day, I didn't see Rosa. I didn't see her for the rest of the week either. I asked a nearby security guard if he'd seen her. He told me she'd been hit by a car during the weekend and died. I checked online and found a small item about a pedestrian who was struck and killed. The article didn't print her name, only the driver's. It wasn't Pablo. Whenever I pass that corner now, or buy an apple pie, I miss Rosa. She was, for me, the embodiment of Miami. She had a playful spirit, zero inhibition, a well-worn but still hungry look, and she told unverifiable stories about a man named Pablo.
Hey, I'm Allison Langer. I'm from Coral Gables, Florida. You know, I really enjoy it while I'm there, and I edit the photos at night, and I look at all the beautiful bodies and the beautiful photos, and I think, if I just did a little of this or a little of that, you know, I'd feel maybe a little bit sexier, a little bit better about my own body. I'm 43 and saggy flat. I told my friend Jessica I was considering a boob job. She said, "It's about time." You'll never get a date in this town with small tits. Is that true? I've spoken to tons of men who say they hate giant fake boobs, but they're not asking me out. So maybe they hate tiny real ones too. Shit, even my dad's girlfriend has fakers. Sorry, Susie. I don't want huge ones, even though it seems like every woman in Miami's got double Ds. I like small boobs. They never get in my way, and I can walk my dog in my PJs without offending my neighbors. But mine aren't just small, they're sad. compared to all those happy boobies I see at Equinox. Or Whole Foods. Or Temple Judea Preschool. Mine are frowning. I've tried to find a better bra. It turns out they don't make pretty and functional bras for little boobed women. Bras with underwire just cut into my ribs. And I can't do a push-up bra. There's nothing to push up. Recently, I went to the little girl section of Target. I was in the dressing room with one called My First Bra. I put it on. The cup was half empty. One time years ago, I bought a water bra. The damn thing weighed 5 pounds. When my date took it off, it hit the floor and made the loudest thud. What was that? Huh? I didn't hear anything. Good thing he was drunk. Anyway, it's clear a bra's not going to fix the real problem. Don't get me wrong. I've always judged women with fake boobs. How could they hack up their bodies? How could I consider something so vain? I'm the bohemian among my waspy Coral Gables friends. I'm a successful photographer. I had children by myself without a man. But after nursing my children, my formerly full breast looked like a pair of chicken cutlets. So what's a small-tittied girl in Miami to do? I had braces to straighten my teeth. I dye my hair when the gray comes in. I wear makeup. Why not fix my boobs? It's been a while since I've thought about dating. I spent the last 5 years pregnant or nursing babies, but I'm single, and I'd like to get naked with a man one day. Sorry, Dad. I want to feel sexy. Is it really so bad to want my cup more than half full?
Aaron John Curtis. I'm from Coral Gables. The dress code on Brickell is it's very Italian shoe wearing, designer suit kind of place to be. I work in an independent bookstore. I bike to work. I try to hold off until June to start wearing shorts because those summer months can get really brutal. But usually it's just shorts and a t-shirt or jeans and a t-shirt.
"5 p.m. It's Friday after work. I'm nursing a Guinness at a bar called The Bar. My marriage ended 6 weeks ago. To help me get over it, my friend Maria offers to take me out drinking. Maria took me to the Cheesecake Factory on the first birthday without my wife. In my world, this is equivalent to guys taking me to a strip joint. 6 p.m. Maria shows up just in time to drink free for happy hour. She's wearing heels and a low-cut dress. I'm worried about my outfit. It's August in Miami, and I drive a bicycle. My short-sleeved button-down shirt, checkered shorts, and flip-flops pass at my job at an independent bookstore. Doesn't exactly say Friday night out. Maria tells me I'll be fine, just a casual dinner at one restaurant, then drinks at another. I decide to trust her. We both know if I go home to the apartment I still share with my soon-to-be ex-wife, I'll end up wallowing in self-pity all weekend. 8 p.m. Maria takes me to Coconut Grove. Inside Jaguar, she points to every pair of shorts we see. My relief lasts for 2 minutes, which is how long it takes to get to our table and meet the women we'll be sharing our evening with. Maria's sorority sisters. Flowing dresses, perfect blonde hair, toned bodies. It was like walking straight into a Ralph Lauren ad. Their names are Amber, Annie, Carrie, Christine, and Krista. After dinner, we raise our glasses in a toast. The waitress snaps pictures. I imagine my ex logging onto Facebook and finding pictures of me surrounded by 6 beautiful women. I smile for the camera and for the mean satisfaction this mental image gives me. When I hear we'll be having drinks in Brickell, my stomach clenches. In Brickell, men wear tailored suits, Italian shoes, and $60 haircuts. I'll be wearing shorts and flip-flops. To make matters worse, we're going to this place called My Name is Dolores, but you can call me Lolita. Dolores is the restaurant upstairs. We're going to Lolita, the club downstairs. Maria, Amber, Annie, Carrie, Christine, and Krista assure me I look okay. Maria waves a hand at their low-cut dresses. Besides, no one's going to be looking at your flip-flops. I can't refute that kind of logic. There's cleavage everywhere. 11 p.m. Dolores Lolita is nearly empty. Maria gets us inside. Dark-skinned girls barely dressed offer us free scotch. The more I drink, the less I care about what I have on. Maria leads me through the white-draped dining room and the balcony upstairs. Downstairs, the club pounds with music. She introduces me to a bartender with curves like a smile from God. I shake the bartender's hand and Maria whispers in my ear, "She'll totally f*** you if you work it a little bit." Somehow, Maria makes vulgarity sweet. She knows I've been with the same woman since I was 19. She's just trying to help me move on. Before I can decide whether to flirt with a sure thing, my cell phone rings. It's my best friend. Dolores Lolita is getting crowded, so I leave to take the call. 12 a.m. The bouncer won't let me back inside. But I was just in here. I show him my promo cup of scotch. See, how did I get this if I wasn't just inside? You ain't dressed right, man. I walk away wondering how I'll get home. Then I see Maria in the outside seating area. Maybe I've had enough of rejection, or maybe it's the scotch. But I push through the bushes and potted plants to reach her. People stare, but I've stopped caring. When I tell Maria what happened, she can't stop laughing. 1 a.m. I'm drinking promotional scotch with the sorority sisters. They want to know why I'm still wearing my wedding ring. I say, hey, this thing's a chick magnet. I've been getting laughs with this line for weeks, but none of the sisters even crack a smile. It's a chick magnet until you start talking about your ex, Annie says. Then it's like, hi, I'm not over my wife. Their advice? Ask questions, then shut the hell up. 3 a.m. Maria tells me being single is the best, and anyone who says otherwise is a liar. I doubt being single is the best. Still, at this moment, surrounded by bare skin and free booze, it doesn't feel like the worst. 4 a.m. I take off my wedding ring.
I'm Esther Martinez, and I'm from Miami, Florida. How is Hialeah not like a telenovela? You know, when you throw in a little poverty and working class conditions, I mean, it's the perfect witch's brew for drama. On West 17th Court in Hialeah, a house is on fire. Jenny yells, "Ay, Dios mío, corre, papá!" She's running down the block in 5-inch heels. Within seconds, a crowd gathers. My mother, sister, brother, and half of the neighborhood watch from across the street. For 2 days, they've been enjoying the filming of a telenovela on their street. Their homes are a backdrop for the working class melodramas they love to watch on Telemundo. This one's called Perro Amor, Dogged Love. The director yells cut, and the film crew extinguishes the flames and readjusts the brick facade. Jenny adjusts her hair. She's a Sofia Vergara type, all lips and hips. As she heads back up the block for another take, her giant fakers barely bounce. I don't watch telenovelas. I hate drama. That's why I live in Doral. But when my mother calls to tell me about the filming, I say, no, esto no me lo pierdo. I'm coming! I drive past botanicas, bodegas, 99-cent stores, past used car dealers where no crédito is no problema. At the traffic light, an old man sells peanuts, churros, and pineapple soda. My 16-year-old sister, Crystal, is waiting for me on the sidewalk. She tells me the director's recruiting extras from the neighborhood, paying $50 a day. Our brother Eddie's been trying to land a role. Crystal asks one of the producers, "Why this street?" The producer says, "We needed a poor neighborhood." "Hello," Crystal says, "I live here." Jerk, I whisper, but I get it. As far as celebrity cities go, Miami might be Eva Mendes, but Hialeah's Ugly Betty. Some neighbors have improvised a viewing party. They bring out folding chairs and coolers and pass around bottles of Presidente beer. I see my mother all done up. She's like someone playing the role of my mother. "I want to see Carlos Ponce," she says. He's the heartthrob protagonist of Dogged Love. I wouldn't mind seeing him either. He's got penetrating green eyes that linger into commercial breaks. Instead, I'm watching take after take of a sailor getting out of a cab and knocking on Jenny's door. The extras are doing things they never do in real life. 2 of my mother's neighbors stroll arm in arm under an umbrella. They wear thrift store clothing. The actors wear designer clothes made to look cheap. Ugh, I hate telenovelas. I say poverty is not romantic. Truth is, I'm bored. I miss the good stuff, the fire scene, and the cat fight. I walk back to my mother's townhouse. On the coffee table, I see some pamphlets left by Mormon missionaries and another eviction letter. My brother Eddie bursts in behind me. Come quick, hurry! What? I ask. What did I miss? Mikey's dad tried to drown him. We take off down the block. Mikey is standing in the shadow of spotlights and reflector screens. He's wet and shivering. Mikey's 16. He lives in the townhouse next to where they're filming. Mikey says his father grabbed him by the collar and pushed him into the lake behind their house. He can't stop repeating it. My dad said he'd kill me. There are no secrets in Hialeah, where homes are built to the lot lines, pressed together like gossiping neighbors. While we wait for the police to arrive, everyone shares what they know. My mother says Mikey's mom left 2 weeks ago after her husband beat her up. Mikey's friends, 2 wiry skateboarders, tell us about the double-barrel shotgun hidden in the house. Everyone knows Mikey's dad's an alcoholic, that he's violent. Next door on the set, Jenny's father yells about the sailor, "He's gonna get you pregnant again!" Jenny yells back, "You're ruining my life!" The cops arrive at the scene. It seems natural that cops should be here, part of the telenovela, but these cops are real. We approach them, me, Mom, neighbors, Crystal, Eddie, Mikey's friends, all talking at once. The officer in charge is all swagger and slick black hair. He takes Mikey inside the house where his father's holed up. The other 3 cops, they join the audience and watch the show. The sun is a spotlight. I'm sweating through my clothes. Jenny's still fighting with her father. The cops are lost in the crowd, and in the middle of the street, right in front of us, 2 stray dogs mount and hump. Then 2 Mormon missionaries in black pants and pressed white shirts pedal by on their bicycles. They look around smiling, and one of them asks, "Hey, what's going on here?" I don't say anything. Where do I start? My mother says, "Perro amor." The cops do nothing. It's Mikey's word against his dad's. When we complain, the cop says, "Corporal punishment is legal." I end up watching Dogged Love. I want to see the scenes I missed. I want to see the neighborhood, the neighbors, the extras, and there they are. They've become part of the cast. I know the camera only sees what it wants, but I keep trying to look outside the frame, to catch sight of the crowd watching from across the street. I want to see myself living outside the drama, but I can't.
Thanks for checking out Lip Service. Join us next time for more true first-person stories told live on stage. I'm Carlos Frias.